guys.
Hey guys, Assalamualaikum. Fina Muqtadi and Fatih Seferagic. That's right? That's how to pronounce your name. So it's not Seferagic.
Nope,
No?
you actually did it right.
Okay. So kita sekarang sedang berada di apartemennya Fatih di Houston, Texas. Ini live langsung dari Houston, Texas. Dan kita akan tanya-tanya up close and personal with Fatih Seferagic. So where are we now?
Right now we're in my apartment complex. We're in the pool area that unfortunately I don't really use to swim, but it looks pretty, so that's where we're at right now.
Oke. Terima kasih buat yang sudah bergabung. Maaf ya agak terlambat sedikit karena tadi kita masih siap-siap. Saya sebisa mungkin akan mencoba menerjemahkan, tapi kalau misalnya nggak sempat, ada teman saya di DC akan membantu menerjemahkan. So how are you today, Fatih?
I'm doing good. I'm wonderful. How are you doing?
Good.
Very good.
So when you're not reciting Quran, when you're not on tour, what do you usually do?
When I'm, I have a lot of friends. It gives me a lot of free time, so I just hang out with my friends. I record stuff in my studio. I also teach Quran, so I can try to keep myself busy by teaching. If I'm not teaching, I'm just, going around, and sometimes I go ice skating. Sometimes I do other things with my friends. Just regular. It's kind of like, everyday life for me. Just, hang out and just, do my thing and just, have fun.
So just like regular, 21-year-old.
Yeah, and just just with free time. So I ended up having quite some time to pursue whatever it is that I like to do, and I try to keep myself busy though. It's always good to keep yourself busy because whenever you have too much free time or you're not doing anything, you kind of go crazy. So I just look for things to do to keep myself busy and whatnot, just to make sure I stay sane. Yeah.
Well, you just got back from Indonesia like a month ago, right? So what did you miss about Indonesia? Apa yang dikangenin dari Indonesia?
Bali.
Bali.
Bali was beautiful. It's so beautiful. It was really nice seeing some of the scenery, the beaches. It was really beautiful. It was really like relaxing and stuff. But we were only there for like 3 days, so I want to go back. I miss it because it was so beautiful. I just wish I can. It was one of the most beautiful places I've been to, so I just miss that, and so maybe again soon.
Yeah. Please come visit us. I'm pretty sure teman-teman di Indonesia pasti akan happy sekali kalau didatengin lagi sama Fatih Seferagic. And you went to 10 cities, right? 10 cities in Indonesia.
I don't remember all of them, but yeah.
Well, Bali, and my hometown Bekasi as well.
Yeah, we went there.
Yeah. In Bekasi, it was a football stadium.
Yeah, that
stadium.
was
full of people, packed.
It was crazy. It was a massive stadium. We started reciting Quran and a rainbow. I don't know if you saw the picture.
Yeah, I saw the picture.
There's a rainbow that appeared over the stadium. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. That's cool. So, silahkan kalau ada yang ingin bertanya. Saya tahu banyak sekali yang ingin bertanya untuk Fatih. So, we will invite viewers to ask questions.
Okay.
And actually, most of them are still saying like, hi Fatih. And don't forget to send us the question. Jangan lupa kirim pertanyaannya. Okay. Now, do you usually do the recording, the YouTube videos, everything here in your apartment?
Everything's here. It doesn't take too much work. You just need really a camera and a microphone. I'm working on my CD right now. That I do somewhere else. I go to a studio for that. But the YouTube videos, I just record them, in my apartment. It's just a simple setup. You put a camera, a microphone, and that's it. And I'm just happy that my videos don't take too much work. It just, very simple, editing and stuff like that. And I just put it on YouTube and then just leave it from there. Yeah.
Simple, but you get like million views from that.
Yeah.
What do you think about the role of social media? Do you think that it helps, propel your success?
For sure. I feel like social media is very important for anybody's success today. Even if you're not doing what I'm doing, for example, if you go and you apply for a job, your employer can look up your Facebook and your Instagram or whatever, and see what kind of stuff you're posting and what kind of person you are, and you can get a job or lose a job based off of your social media presence. But social media just mainly helps me because it keeps me connected with the whole world, so I get to share my videos and share my thoughts and stuff like that with people from Indonesia, people from Saudi Arabia, people from South Africa, people from all over the world are able to come together because of social media. So it's really important, and it's very, very useful for someone like me, especially because I rely on different people from different places and getting my word out there and stuff like that.
Do you get a lot of messages from people around the world about you, or about how you recite Quran and everything?
I do, but I don't really read a lot of them because a lot of them, they pile up, or it's just a lot of them are spam sometimes. I have a manager now too, so he'll read them for me, and if it's something that's important, he'll let me know. But sometimes I do, like if I'm really, really bored, and I'll go through the messages, but most of the time I don't. I used to, but it's just you get so much weird stuff.
Too much, right?
A lot of weird stuff sometimes too. So it's.
Do you have a lot of haters?
I don't think so. I wouldn't say I do, because I don't really do anything like. I try my best to keep everything nice and proper, and I try my best to not cause any problems. But it doesn't matter what you do, you'll always have some haters. So there's always going to be somebody that's going to have a problem with what you're doing. But for the most part, I feel like most of the people that follow me pretty much, support me. And I'm very thankful for that. Thank you guys for not being too mean to me. But, I think it's alright.
Yeah. Tadi Fatih baru saja menceritakan tentang peran sosial media, katanya berperan penting dalam mendorong kesuksesannya. Dia juga mendapat banyak pesan dari fans dari seluruh dunia, tapi memang dia mengaku tidak semua pesan-pesannya dia baca karena sudah terlalu banyak. Now with you have a lot of fans, and you're obviously you are a role model for many people around the world. How does that make you feel? Because people look up to you, they think you're perfect and all that.
Right. So no one's perfect. It's a very big stress when people look up to you and treat you as a role model, because you do something wrong. People tend to forget that you're human, and if they see you doing something, then they're like, well, if he's doing it, then it must be okay. So they think in their heads that this is fine to do. Which is sometimes it's not, you know what I mean? So it's a big pressure, but it also helps me out a lot, because in my life it's kept me in check, and it's kind of everything I do I have to think twice, like, okay, how is this gonna affect other people? How are people gonna think about this? So it's like like when we grow up, we're taught to believe that God is always watching you. So don't do this, don't do that. And for a lot of people that doesn't really, people are like, God's watching me, whatever, So God kind of helped me out. On top of him watching me, he sent a bunch of other people to watch me too, to like make sure I'm doing everything okay. And that's always kept me in check. It's helped me out, because I wasn't able to do a lot of things. And growing up, there was a lot of times where I used to get upset and mad, like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. People are gonna say that. But now looking back at it, I'm thankful for it, because it's like, oh, good thing I didn't do that, or good thing I didn't do that, because there's a wisdom behind everything that's right or wrong. So having an audience or people that follow me, watching me all the time, kind of just always kept me like on the ground, and like making sure I'm not doing anything stupid. So that kind of helped me out a lot too.
Oke, jadi tadi Fatih bilang sebenarnya agak beban menjadi seorang idola karena selalu berada di bawah mikroskop, selalu diperhatikan gerak-geriknya, tapi dia bersyukur dan dia berterima kasih kepada fans, dan dia selalu berusaha ingin melakukan yang terbaik. Now let's answer some questions. Ahmad Siddiq, how did you manage to remember Al-Quran?
I had a teacher. I spent 5 years memorizing the Quran. So my teacher was really good at what he does. I spent a lot of time with it, and it's not something that came easily. It's something that I still work on today. It's not something that you finish and then it's something that you continue working on. Even today, I still have to review and have to practice. Otherwise, you forget. There's nothing that you can learn, in life, anything, where if you don't practice it or review it, that you're just gonna always remember it. You always have to work on it, practice it. Doing what I do and traveling and reciting Quran, that also helped me out a lot. Teaching is one of the biggest things that helped me with remembering it, because the best way to learn something or remember something is to teach it to other people. So just having it a part of my life for so long has been helping me a lot to keep it all memorized and remembered in my mind.
Okay, another question. Nick Cutler, you live in Muslim minority country, okay, and but you success to remember the Holy Quran in age 8 to 9. What is your motivation exactly?
My mother. My mother put me in a program. She put me like in a school for memorizing the Quran, a full-time school. So, when you're 8 or 9, you don't really want to do anything. So my mom had to force me. My parents forced me to do it, and because when you're young, you don't know what's good for you. But as you grow older, like now that I'm older, I appreciate everything, and I thank my mom every day. Like, thank you for making me do this, even though I didn't want to. But my biggest motivation at that time was my family, and I had a really good teacher too. On the days that I was struggling, or on the days that I didn't really want to do it, my teacher would motivate me and help me out, and that's really what pushed me the way pushed me to where I needed to be able to memorize the Quran, to learn it. Because when I was young, I didn't want to do anything, but I had good support around me to help me out.
Okay. Jadi kata Fatih, motivasi terbesarnya adalah ibunya yang selalu mendorongnya, dan kemudian dia juga dikelilingi oleh orang-orang yang sangat mendukung, guru-gurunya dan lain-lain. Jadi support sistemnya sangat kuat. Now let's talk about your family. You came to the US very young, at the age of 6, if I'm not mistaken. Four, even younger. As refugees from Bosnia, do you still remember what was it like as refugees?
Not really, because I was very young. But whatever memories I do have, I remember my mom working really hard. My mom did as much as she could to make me and my sister happy and give us everything that we want. Sure, maybe in the first few years when we lived here, we all lived like in one apartment. We all slept in one bedroom together, and stuff like, there's some basic stuff that anyone might, go through. But through hard work and dedication, especially my mom's, we were able to grow up in this country, and we had we might not have had everything, but we had enough to keep us happy and to make us have a pretty good life, because my mom went out of her way to make sure that we were happy. And so I just have her to thank for that. And I wasn't old enough to remember much, but whatever I do remember is nothing but good things. Like, I don't really have any like negative, like horrible experiences growing up because I was a refugee, and that's just thanks to my mother taking care of us and just being there for me all the time. So I just have her to thank for that.
Katanya dia datang ke sini pada usia 4 tahun ke Amerika sebagai pengungsi dari Bosnia, dan ibunya sangat kuat waktu itu, berjuang keras untuk memberikan kehidupan yang baik buat Fatih dan keluarga. Now, since you and your family were refugees, so what is your thought about the crisis of refugees that the world is having right now?
America is built on refugees. America is a melting pot of the world. There's people from, this isn't just the first time in history that refugees have been coming here. Refugees have been coming here, ever since America was created. Refugees came from Europe when the Native Americans lived here to start America to begin with. So this country was kind of founded on refugees. Refugees are, a lot of the times when you bring refugees, these people, because they're coming from a different country, because things might be harder for them here, usually they work a lot harder. They have a lot more to prove, so they'll work a lot harder. They'll bring in different ideas and different cultures and different things from wherever they came from that can possibly help people living in America. And when you bring all these different ideas and ideologies and people together, they just create beautiful things, because now you have like a mix and match of so much different cultures and stuff like that. And it's kind of, if you look at America, there's so many different kinds of people here, and that's what makes it beautiful, is that you have a place where there's so many different people. We all come together, we all work together, and we share ideas, we share religions, we share everything, and that's what makes America great. It's all the people that we have from different parts of the world, and we're all together living in this country and just getting along as best as we can. So I think that's something that's really important to the growth of our country and the success of our country. It's been there for a long time, and it's always going to be there. There's always going to be refugees, and that's just something that that'll never end. There's always going to be people that are refugees from their countries that are going to need somewhere to go. So I think that's about it.
So are you concerned with the rhetoric, the political rhetoric, anti-refugees in the U.S., in Europe?
I don't know. I don't think that whatever they're saying politically, I don't think that these countries can completely just cut off refugees, because that would kind of be inhumane. Like, that goes against us as human beings to completely not help anyone else. So as long as these countries are willing to help even a little bit, they're gonna accept some refugees. And I honestly don't. They might limit how many come.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're ever gonna just completely, say no more refugees, because it's just this country that has so many, and it's gonna be very hard to, deny everyone forever. Like, you're gonna have to let some people come sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? It's just how.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have some questions about living in America.
Okay.
Being a minority, being a Muslim in America, how challenging is it, especially right now?
I always tell people this. Might kind of sound wrong, but I'm white, and so, like, people don't know I'm Muslim. So, like, if I step outside, no one looks at me and goes, that guy's a Muslim. So I've never really had problems, because people never treat me differently. They just treat me like I'm American. Like, for example, if a woman wears a hijab, it doesn't matter where she is. If she steps outside, people can tell she's Muslim. If someone has a kufi or whatever, that's the only time people know I'm Muslim is if I'm wearing like a thobe and a kufi. Then they'll know. Otherwise, they don't know. So I don't really face too many problems, with like people being Islamophobic or anything like that, because it's just not. People don't look at me first and recognize me as a Muslim. They see me as like an American guy, so they don't bother me. So I don't really know the issues that some other people might face, day to day. But from what I've been told from my friends and from what I see, like with my sister and my mom, there's a lot of beautiful people in this country. People in the media, they make it seem like people are very hateful against Muslims. It's a horrible place for Muslims. That's not true. There's a lot of beautiful people in this country. People that have good hearts. People that have no problems with Muslims. Like, I was at Starbucks with my mom the other day, and we were in line, and my mom wears hijab, and the lady behind her was like, "Oh, what's that on your head?" And my mom was like, "Oh, it's a hijab." And she was like, "Oh, like, how do you make that? How do you do that?" And my mom was showing her. She's like, "Oh, I put the pin here, and I do this," and she was showing her. And this is just some random lady at Starbucks, And then they had a good conversation, while they're waiting for their coffee, they're having a nice little friendly exchange, and that's just the other day, and it just shows me that, they might make it seem like everyone hates us, but there's a lot of people out there that still have good hearts and that still love us and that are not gonna, give you problems just for, being a Muslim or anything. Just, you can be yourself here, and, you can be happy, because I feel like there's a lot of good-hearted people in this country. So, I have faith. I have faith in people, and I have hope. So I don't really get, too depressed about that. Some people think like, it's so bad. It's not that bad. If you live here, you'll know it's not that bad. It's just what the media makes it seem like to scare people. But, everyday people, they're pretty cool and they're pretty nice.
Okay. Jadi Fatih mengatakan dia tidak pernah mengalami namanya rasisme di sini sebagai Muslim di Amerika, terutama karena dia berkulit putih, ya. Jadi I always say that like being white and Muslim, you have that privilege as minority, and just like me, I don't wear the hijab. I have that privilege because no one would know that we're Muslims, right? Oke, so silahkan kirim komentar atau pertanyaan sama Fatih. Silahkan, kita masih ada di sini. We're live from Houston, Texas, actually from Fatih's apartment complex. So where's your unit actually?
My unit is that one right there, that second one.
Oh, exactly that one.
That one.
Right tuh.
Because I'm right above the waterfall.
So you can jump.
I can.
Actually, if you see that balcony, that's the place that's the home for Fatih's 3 cats. You have 3 cats, right?
3 cats.
What are their names?
Shushu, Lisi, and Munchkin.
Munchkin.
He's my little Munchkin.
Okay, 3 cats. They're very cute. And do they always go wherever you go? You take them?
No,
No?
I always leave them at home.
Okay.
Because I worry. Like, I don't want to take them anywhere. I don't want them to get lost or run away. So I just keep them at home. Yeah.
Okay. Do we have questions from viewers? Oh, wow. So there's so many questions, so many comments. So we are trying to answer one by one. From Farel Ahmadiansyah. Bagaimana cara membuat hafalan menjadi kuat dan tidak mudah lupa? Okay. How to memorize easily?
There's no way to do it easily. That's like saying how can I finish medical school easily? You're gonna always have to put in some work. You're gonna have to put in some effort. The best thing that can help you is find a good teacher. I always tell people, find a good teacher. It's a teacher's job to help you find out your weaknesses. You know, if you're struggling, a good teacher will guide you and help you and, you know, make it a bit easier for you than doing it on your own. But it's not something that's ever just gonna be easy. You know, it's something that's always gonna be something that you have to work hard and put in some effort. It doesn't just come like that. You know, for me, it took like 3.5 years. So, you know, it's something that you have to really work with and put time in. It's not just something that, you know, you hi and it's finished. Like, you know, you actually have to put in work and, you know, try your best. And, you know, inshallah, then maybe, you know, you can memorize the Quran. But
when you recite the Quran, do you always understand the meaning?
No.
No.
I'm still studying Arabic, so that's one of my goals in life right now. I don't completely understand everything. I know like very little, but I don't know that much. It's not like I understand everything. I studied Arabic for some time, but you know, as I said, I just understand a little bit. I don't understand much, but that's one of my like top things and my priorities in life right now is to actually study and learn Arabic because you know, aside from the Quran, it's just a very beautiful language. It's also a big part of our religion. So I just would love to learn it one day, and you know, I want to go to Medina University and study Islam there. So when I go there, I'm hoping I can learn Arabic. But until then, you know, I've just learned a little bit. That's not enough for me to understand everything.
When are you going to planning to go to Medina University?
Whenever they accept me.
Okay.
I'm going to be trying to apply next year in 2017. I'm going for Umrah in February, so when I go for Umrah, I'm going to go to the admissions office when I'm there and talk to them and whatnot. So hopefully within the year, inshallah, if possible.
Yeah. What are your plans other than continuing to go to school? Future plans?
My future, I mean, I'm just continuing doing what I'm doing right now. You know, this is my career, this is my life. Even going to school in Medina is continuing and is a part of this career. Like, I don't see myself going to regular college and studying anything because I haven't even started college yet, and I'm 21. Most people start at 18. Just because this has been my life and my job and my career. Me going to Medina is to study Islam and study Arabic, study Quran. That's just, you know, furthering my career in what I'm already doing. You know what I mean? Just enhancing that and adding on to that because, you know, once I learn Arabic, it'll make such a big difference. Once I you know more about Islam, than when I speak to people, and you know I can give better advice and understand the problems and situations and know how to handle them better. So my plans right now are just really continue focusing on my career, you know, improving my recitation, improving my like videos and stuff like that, improving my Arabic knowledge because that'll help me, and just anything related to what I'm already doing, just kind of build upon that and just enhance that. You know what I mean? It's really all I'm working towards right now.
Oke, so jadi tadi Fatih bilang plan kedepannya adalah bulan Februari akan umroh dan sambil di sana dia akan mengajukan lamaran ke Universitas Medina, ingin belajar lebih tinggi lagi mengenai Islam, mengenai bahasa Arab dan itu plan Fatih kedepannya. Well, I guess thank you so much for joining us our Facebook Live from Houston, Texas. I know there's a lot of questions and we cannot answer all of them. Terima kasih untuk pesan-pesannya. Kita nggak bisa menjawab semuanya. Tapi kita akan meliput Fatih. You're going to take us to ice skating today, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to because I hurt my foot.
Oh no!
I hurt my foot making wudu.
Oh.
I slipped and I fell.
Oh, no.
And so it's like a cut right here.
Oh.
So it's like my foot is bleeding right now. So it's like very uncomfortable. So I'm gonna see if I can put my my foot in my skates, because otherwise it's gonna, I don't know, we're gonna see, because
We'll see. Okay. I'm sorry about your foot.
I slipped. I fell backwards and I hit my foot right here. So there's a big bruise right here, and then I cut myself right here.
Jadi Fatih tuh lagi luka ternyata kakinya gara-gara
It's from like a
kepleset.
movie. It's like when you if you saw it. It's
Oh no,
Yeah.
no, aduh kasihan. Jadi mungkin kita kasih pesan-pesan yang bisa menyemangati supaya kakinya cepat sembuh ya. Okay, so maybe messages for our viewers, mostly in Indonesia, but I think I see there are also people watching from Malaysia and someplace else.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you're from Indonesia and Malaysia. Inshallah, I can't wait to come again in 2017. I do plan on visiting you guys again. This wasn't the last time when I was here. So, you know, just stay tuned for, you know, whenever I come out there, what events we're going to have. And I look forward to coming out there again and, you know, just having I had a wonderful time in Indonesia. I had a really good time. So I can't wait to go again and see what you guys have waiting for me this time.
Okay. So before we quit our Facebook Live, I know some people also asked to recite surah. Maybe just one quick surah, one short surah.
Okay.
Your favorite one? What surah is it?
I have a lot of favorites, but
Okay.
I'll read something little.
Yeah, okay.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين